All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, it's Ken. We're doing that Alida Anderson Art Projects thing here at the Affordable Art Fair. And once again, you remember this name. You remember this name because we've been to this booth. And also the name you'll remember is Lennox Campello, our friend from the Affordable Art Fair. And as I said to him before, he was the first artist that I ever talked to at this show, and I was very nervous. So we now have a good friendship here, and it's great to see. Lenny, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, and it's always an honor to be part of all of the events work.
I appreciate that so much.
The art scene out here.
So it's great to see you. What's going on with the show this time? What's new from you?
For me, I have a whole new series of these drawings on bisque that I started doing about 5-6 years ago. This work, I try to price it as affordable as possible, which is, works great with the Affordable Art Fair. You will not believe the number of times that I sell these and somebody says to me, this is the first piece of art that I've ever bought. I've actually sold some of these to children that come and zoom in on something. I've had twice now where somebody's bought the entire wall of these because they are one of a kind. A lot of them are fun. I just started doing drawings about Bob Ross.
The great Bob Ross.
The great Bob Ross. And, well, there you have it. And there's no rhyme or reason. More often than not, I do 2 or 3 of these at night. Usually watching TV when my wife makes me watch The Bachelor with her. I'm there drawing. And then bring them out of here, bring them to all the fairs, and they do really, really well.
Now, I see a lot of Marx Brothers this time.
Yeah, I just, when I was a kid, I used to watch all the reruns of the Marx Brothers. And I started just, because over years and years, I like incorporating text into my work. And man, the Marx Brothers are a wealth of funny things. I don't want to belong to any club that would have me as a member. Boom. Groucho Marx, classic Marx. In any event, we're in booth D10, Delta 10 at the Affordable Art Fair in Chelsea.
So now tell me about your other works that are here today.
Again, so this is my second line of work where maybe 15, 20 years ago, I started embedding video into drawings and paintings. One of my obsessions, Frida Kahlo, and through the screen every 3 to 5 seconds rotate every painting that she ever did, every known photograph of her. I was a Navy cryptologist. The mess that you see in the back is actually a language that I invented, a written language. Cryptologists are the people that break and write codes. So I took something called an Agam code, which is a Celtic way of writing in ancient times. It's a linear alphabet, and married it with a verbal code that the Navy has called the Falcon code. So in there, hidden in there, it's this. What that says is, I am not sick, I am broken, but I am happy as long as I can paint.
That's amazing.
The Washington Post a few years ago they wrote about it, and they hired somebody to try to break the code. But they made the mistake of hiring an Army guy that didn't know the Navy Falcon code.
Amazing. So now you also did this.
Yes, this is completely new. I finished these 2 last week. And these are homages to well-known artists. This is my own version of a Mark Rothko. Kind of funny because there's a lot of Rothkos out there that I understand somebody else painted. Nobody can tell them apart. And then my own obsessive figure. I've done this figure tons of times. So this is a woman jumping off a Mark Rothko landscape. And here is, woman running on a Jackson Pollock landscape. That took me about a month and a half to do.
Oh my gosh.
A bit every day, a bit every night to recreate. That's not a Pollock, but it's my version of a Pollock, Jackson Pollock.
Now Dora's not at the show, correct?
No, Dora's not at the show, but her amazing work is here.
Can you tell me about her stuff?
Yes, Dora, I believe, is a prodigy. This lady only learned how to paint a handful of years ago, and her painting professor, the great Glenn Kessler, and I just are in awe of her skills, because I know plenty of artists that can paint to this level of hyperrealism, but none that has been able to do this in less than 10 years of work. She's learned how to, she started painting 6-7 years ago for the first time. And she does really well in New York. We always sell most of our work here.
That's fantastic. All right, now we're going to get to this person is not here either, right?
She was here until yesterday. Jeanette Herrera from Texas, who is without a doubt the most obsessive, compulsive painter in history. He's a master frame maker. Everything that you see, she's painted. Some of these frames have hours and hours of labor in them. This one right here, titled Two Sisters, each one of those little flowers is cast by hand and then attached to the frame. The stitching in the back cloth is also hand sewn by her. And if you, I tell people, pick a square inch of her work, and there's 300, 400, 500 brush strokes per inch. This is the most incredible amount of precision painting that I have ever seen. And her prices, by the way, are, in my opinion, very, very well. She's also, as a master printmaker, able to do things like this, where you have an individual painting right here that's part of another painting, all completely done by hand. Wow. It's magnets attached to it. Jeanette Harrison, Herrera.
That's great. Now Steve is here. I'm going to get Steve to come over and do it. We're going to go over to Steve now and talk about
Steve Warner.
Hi Steve, how are you?
Hello.
How are you? Good to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Len. And now you're going to tell me about your work, right?
Yeah. So these are initially inspired by images from the Hubble telescope,
Okay.
and more of the sort of the science behind them rather than actual images of space anomalies. So basically, each is made through a process that captures an event, a singular event, and what you see on here are I prepare the surface and I explode these plaster shells that I make. Everything you see on the surface except the background obviously is contained in a single shell, and that's what the piece is. It's that singular event, the explosion of the material on the surface.
Wow.
And then they're fixed in...
So this is an egg.
It's a plaster shell that I make.
Plaster shell,
Yeah, cast
sorry.
plaster. And they're fixed with resin, so they're coated in about ½ inch or so of clear resin.
How long does it take you to do something like this?
They take about a week and a half each. But the event itself is like an instant. Just one explosion happens like a split second, basically. Yeah.
Sweet.
And I used to make them on colored boards that I prepare. This year I tried to play with the idea of making them on tinted mirrors to get sort of, rather than a solid background, there's sort of a translucency to the background a little bit.
Awesome.
And they basically capture my fascination with science, especially cosmology and mythology, so they're called myths of creation.
Very nice, very nice. Is this how many times you've done this show?
Third time maybe?
Third time? Awesome. Very good.
Thanks.
Very nice work. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the time. Now, let me see who's next.
I would like to introduce Ms. Suzanne Yurden.
Hi, Suzanne. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
It's nice to meet you. I'm going to hire Lenny to help me because he's like the great get everybody into the mix. So let's talk about your beautiful work. Mixed media on canvas.
Mixed media. A lot of mixed media.
Suzanne is, I've known Suzanne now for maybe 20, 30 years. And over all those years, I've seen her, in fact, we were just talking about this. I've seen her constantly evolve and develop and change her work. Picasso said, God invented the ant, the aardvark, and the elephant. He has no real solid style, so he must be an artist. Because an artist has to be constantly evolving, rediscovering himself or herself. This work by Suzanne is her very latest. If you had seen her paintings about a year ago, here at the Fort Art Fair, last year, here, you would have thought it's still abstract, but you wouldn't have thought that it's the same artist. She's reinventing herself again, which is a really good thing. This work has attracted a lot of attention, and it's a good lesson for young artists. You know, always continue to explore, don't get stuck. We were using as an example the work of Mondrian. You see one Mondrian with the squares and blue, yellow, and then you see 200 of them. They're the same. The only thing that changes is the size of the square, right? How boring, right? Not Not to say that if somebody has a Mondrian they want to give me as a present, I will take it.
I'll take anything as a present. I have no place to put anything, but I'll take anything as a present.
You'll
But-
find a space.
But there's a lesson in here from a very superbly skilled painter and someone that's always evolving.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now that your publicist has told me everything, I'm going to get him to tell me about these last paintings, but tell me first a little about the process.
A little about the process. As Bunny said, I've been changing quite a bit. I'm using new material in a different way. I'm layering a lot more paint and different paints, inks, and so forth. So I'm quite pleased. We'll see where this goes. But
Awesome. And the show's been good for you so far? A lot of interest?
I just got here today.
Okay.
They set up for me on Wednesday.
Awesome.
And I'm here for the weekend. Yes.
Awesome. Well, I hope it's a great show for you.
Thank you.
Now, Lenny, if I could bother you one more minute to get me these descriptions.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Yes,
Have a good one. Lenny, let's finish up with the booth here.
We have here the work of Anne Cherubin, born in Canada, lives in the United States now. Another artist that's constantly evolving and changing things. This is kind of the work. These three pieces with the beautiful qualities and the colors is the work that I've been seeing from her for the last few years. And then yesterday we sold the other piece. She's just started reinventing herself. These works have texture in them. It's ground glass.
Oh, wow.
And some of them she has also large grain sand to give you this almost like a topical map texture to the painting. And it has been really well received. We sold her biggest piece on opening night, and hopefully we'll sell a few more. Anne Cherubin from Maryland.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to let you get back to the business of everything here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me. It's Ken from the Affordable Art Fair and the Alida Anderson Art Project and my new art assistant, F. Lennox Campello. All right, thank you, my friend. It's good to see everybody. Let's do the thing. Do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and like and leave a comment on the video. I know you love this video. It was so deeply everything. Yes. All right. See you next time. Bye.